Hello, hello, hello. Let's post everything everywhere. I made it. I made it. Let's see, hang on a second. I'm just posting everything. Pure Tempest stuff today. Hello, folks. Oh, and I forgot to pop out my chat, and that's all fine. Yeah, folks, it's I was considering not streaming today, actually. So my daughter is still sick, pretty sick, actually. She's not getting better, but she'll be fine eventually. But I'm getting sick as well. You might hear that actually from my voice. I don't know. I hear it. So yeah. Maybe I should just get a bit closer to my microphone and whisper hello. No, that's gonna be awkward. But yeah, my throat is acting up. So yeah, I'll see how far I can get along, but I did want to do some stuff today, so might as well give it a try. Actually, it was my wife saying, "No, don't be a baby and just just stream," which I guess is a good thing because it means that now I can I will get my streak 2 weeks non-stop stream. Well, non-stop streaming every workday. So yeah, let's see here. It's the kids are sick, you'll get it 2 season. Same. Yeah, unfortunately, I wish it was different, but I had a cold for 3 months non-stop, and I actually went to like the specialist for it because I just didn't get better, and he was like, yeah, just bad luck with kids, deal with it. No, he gave me some medicine and it actually helped. But yeah, now it's back. Well, did I spam the socials everywhere? I love this GitHub thing. I don't know if anyone really sees it or whether it's useful, but I like it. I just create a release every time I'm going live, and then it ends up in people's feed. We'll see. What else is there to say? I'm posting on LinkedIn now as well. Yeah, I want to do some Tempest stuff today. Basically, that's it. There is... it's almost my holiday, and I plan on doing as little screen time as possible during the holiday. Like I have 3 weeks off, and I'm really going to try to avoid my laptop altogether. We'll see how that goes. I'm saying that now, but I feel like it's this is always just such a good refresher, you know, to take real breaks, step back, and you know, have this GitHub the activity chart be completely empty. You see, I did the same in January last year. Actually, it was a pretty long period. This also had to do with being away on an internal gathering with JetBrains, so there was some time off here, some additional time off. But you know, this is good. Okay, this is a pretty long period, but I want to try and do that, as you can see here, last year as well. Just have some proper time off. Over here, 2023 was. This is, I think, when I started working on Tempest, actually. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just going to step away. Actually, why is this? Oh, this is the future. Okay, I understand. I'm going to step away for 3 weeks, and then I'll be back, like re-energized, invigorated to do some more work. But I've also figured before I leave, I'll have to take a look at this list of pull requests at least, and because there are some things waiting for me basically to reply to. So yeah, I need to put in the work, and that's what I want to do today. I have no clue how interesting that will be, but we can chat while I'm doing that. Experience has taught me that doing live streams in general is not really productive time. So we'll see how we get along. But yeah, there are some pull requests here, and you know, people have spent time and effort doing, like, sending a pull request. The least I can do is give it a review, right? And there are some older ones here as well, which I'm ashamed to admit that I've been lacking, basically. Do not disturb, please. Yes, there we go. So yeah, that's the idea. Let's actually start with this one, because this was an issue I was running into just earlier today, and Enzo already submitted a pull request, which is really nice. Now the problem is I'll have to be able to reproduce it. Let's go here. We have our feed controller, and so what was happening? We've made some changes to our. You know what I'm actually gonna do, because I still have the old code over here. We made some changes in a recent release, and it broke something, and I want to fix that. So home controller. Let's see. Yeah, it's I think this query over here. Let's see. So the difference between this one and this query here is that this uses the paginate function, and there is a problem there. So let's just see. I think this will crash. I hope it crashes, because then I have a reproducible example. Feed. Yeah, okay, so this is good. This is the bug, and Enzo has submitted a pull request for it. So let's what is pagination joins, composer, JSON. Let's do dev feed pagination joins. Composer up. Let's see. And so the error is gone. That is perfect. Yes. Actually, I might as well then fix what I was doing. But this is... No, I don't want to fix it, because I actually don't want pagination here. But okay, that's the thing I had to check. So let's revert that. Let's quickly review it as well. Let's check whether Enzo didn't do anything weird, but I don't think. I know what you're missing. Relative line numbers plus Vim motions. Otherwise, your PHP Storm setup is superb. Really, it's like Vim. What is Vim motions? Are commands for fast, efficient cursor movement. Yeah. I don't think I like that. Relative lines, maybe. Is that a plugin actually? Let's try it out. Oh, and I need to zoom in. I want 110% today. I don't know. I want some more like a screen estate. Relative, no plugins, please. Line marketplace. Oh, there are like. Let's see what. Replaces the line numbers in the gutter with values relative to the caret position. Okay, so let's install it. Let's give it a try. You know. Should I? Yeah. Okay. Ugh, I don't know if I like that. There's so much motion now. Like everything's changing. I'll give it a try for. It's in settings. Is this actually just in? I like line numbers. Oh, it's not even okay. I didn't know. Hey, I work for JetBrains, but line num. Oh no, this was part of the. This was the plugin. Okay, let's enable it again. Relative line numbers, boom, save. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. So Undefinable, explain to me why you like this. Search for show line numbers and then show line numbers. Okay, yeah, so it is. Hang on, so let's disable the plugin again. Relative line numbers, we don't need it anymore. Save. Okay. Yeah, okay, it's basically the same, right? I'm using Vim, so that's why it's great. You know where you'll jump. Right, yeah. Deny. So then you can say, I want to jump to line 8, for example. Like, I reckon you do something like +8. I don't know if that. Yeah. Line. Where was it? Show line numbers. And what's hybrid, actually? I'm gonna do absolute, man. Yeah, no. Oh, it's still. Okay, now it's good. Hey, thanks for the distraction. We were going to review this one real quick, right? So the problem here was something with query builders being cloned and not using the right. Like copying everything over, and on top of that, pagination uses the count query builder, which didn't have joins. So that's what we're adding here. If source instance of support joins, and this is in which method? Yeah, from query. Yeah. And then yeah, so there's a new interface, 2 new interfaces probably. We need to fine tune this some more, but this is the way this is what we're doing right now. That's what we settled on. If joins isn't, then we'll add a new. This is in count statement with joins. Oh, then we're just copying. Is Enzo here? Do you ever do pull requests in PHP Storm? There is a GitHub plugin. No, I don't use it. I like this interface more actually. GitHub, view pull requests, and yeah, we need to look in, right? Authorize. I can show you. Oh, but this is the wrong. I need to go to here, of course. New window. GitHub. Oh, it's still indexing. Hang on. View pull requests. Origin. So this one, right? And then actually, what does it use the diff viewer here? Oh, hey, maybe this is a good idea. But the thing is, can I add review comments? Because I definitely like the diff viewer here. It's really nice. But I want to add inline comments. Okay, Joris, we'll try it like this. We'll try it like this. So, and can we then check it if we... So what I'm wondering about, why don't we add the joins to the existing statement? Start review. Over here. Okay, so now I did this one. Okay. Oh, and then I have to submit my review. Okay. So yeah. So this supports joins, supports relations. I don't really like it, but it is what it is. It's okay for now. We need to make them public, of course. Yes. Okay. Scrolling here. This was just a wrong doc block. Sure. So these are the changes that just for that. And this is just a rename. Okay, based on the interface, I reckon. Let's see. Supports. It was probably in this one here. Get resolved relations. Yeah, okay. So this, and then support joins, public array joins, and then relations, get all resolved relations with our join statement. I'm not sure what this then does. No. Ilmu is here, who is the author of this pull request. It was an oversight after I was testing things. I'll clean it up. Okay. What software are you using for streaming? OBS? Yes. That rhymes. What's up, Juan Quinto? Good to see you. And Rifer 17002. Thank you for joining. The current relation names requested for eager loading. Okay, and get all resolved. What are resolved relations? Oh, okay, relation array. Okay, that makes sense. So that's good. Yeah, and then the count statement also has joins, of course. Yeah, which we were just missing basically. And okay, that looks good. And then select query builder is just a test. Okay, cool. Missing reviewer. Set myself as reviewer. Submit. Request changes. It's pretty cool actually. So let's go over here because Enzo did in fact. Can I now? Can I update this branch? changes from refresh review data. Yeah, okay, I guess that's it. Yeah. Okay, and then I have this one comment here. And I guess that's what Ilmiu was referring to. I hope that's what Ilmiu was referring. Okay, I'll say Enzo from now because I hope it is. Enzo, if you can give me like a check that you were replying to this message over here, then I can move on with my life basically. And then after that you can merge. Okay, cool. It is in fact the fact. Yes, cool. So I don't know, Enzo, if you saw it at the start of the stream, but this in fact does my issue. Does fix my issue. Wow, words. Yes. Okay. Good morning. Franken PHP worker mode is my PR still work in progress. And then Enzo is working on this one. Is there anything else I need to resolve this problem? Okay. Serializer factory has a for property used in the ORM, mostly true. Okay, let's do it like this, and that means I'll just do it like. Oh, now I'm back in GitHub. Stupid. Approve. So this is a pretty cool refactor actually. It's one of these things that just had to be done, and Enzo actually did it, which is really nice. Add Redis Session Manager. This is also one that's, just had to be done. Let's see what's. I will give this a try. Which Redis client should we support? We already have support through Tempest Key Value Store. Okay, details in the PR. Let's see. Because there was some discussion here before. Questions. Do we need actions in a cleanup function? Let's just first. Okay, sorry. Let's do it like this. Can I now search for this? Search. View timeline. What does that do? Oh, an AI assistant actually gives like a summary of the. Oh, that's pretty cool as well. View timeline. Oh, that's probably just this. Okay. So Redis session config. Let's just take a look at session config right now. We have file session config, right? So that we only we support database sessions and file sessions. And this pull request is adding Redis sessions. Do we? Yeah. Okay. Let's first look at this. So config, that makes sense. And done. You know what we need to do here, because this is in. Let's take a look. So this is in HTTP. We actually don't do this in. But this is no. This is. So the problem here is that HTTP doesn't have a dependency on Redis, on Tempest Key Value Store, right? Which is okay if you just install it as a standalone thing, then that's fine. You only want this class to exist when Tempest Key Value Store is available. So what you actually need to do, this view is read-only, rep with guard check so that this class is only available when key value store is installed. Where do we do this? If class so C, for example, in this case, you'd have to wrap it. You have to check for, and now let's see in key value store which class makes sense for the existence of. Okay. And actually we need to do that for the database session config as well. But this, no, maybe it's not necessary because this is config. Let's see. Let's go to our pull request again. Yeah, because none of this is discovered actually. So I can remove my comment. It's not a problem. Redis session test. Yeah, I think this is like assuming all of this works, which I assume it has been tested. I think that should be fine. Let's see what was. So questions, do we need actions in cleanup function when we set the expiration on the Redis stored data? Is the Redis session config the right way to set a prefix for session keys? Do we need multiple tag Redis setups? How can we set up the Redis client to a different database for sessions in this scenario? Laravel uses multiple configuration and treats Redis as a database. The Redis cache client itself allows to set a prefix for the client as a whole. From my understanding, to support that, we need a tagged session Redis client. I don't understand how to do that without touching the key value store. For example, let's see, what did Enzo say about this? Good question. The key value store doesn't support tagged configs yet, but this should be the way to go if you want multiple database support. With the prefix, I'd assume it'd be better. It would be pretty safe to have sessions on the same database as the cache though, but I admit I don't know what are the best practices here. Okay. I'm gonna do this in GitHub. Find this. For now, I don't think we should widen the scope of this PR and just assume one Redis instance. We can refactor, we can add tagged Redis configs later, but let's not complicate this PR with it. Apart from that, all looks fine. Let's approve. Actually, I can just merge this, right? What? No. This is stupid with the GitHub interface. Now I need to go back here, and then I need to where now do I find like that? This I never know. There's one requested change. What is that requested change? How do I show that requested change? Must I like scroll through here? Is there a better way of doing that? Like these are resolved, I reckon. So what's the requested change? Can I go over here? No. No. Yes, but where? I know, but where is the request to change? So I thought there was a way to show it over here. With yeah, because these are the resolved conversations, right? Yeah, okay. This is what I was looking for, but they are all resolved. So what's the requested change? Enzo, do you know? It's your change, but yeah. I'll just tag Enzo. Did you still have an open change request? If anyone knows, let me tell me in chat, because view reviewed changes. Boom. This is just the diff. Since I requested changes, GitHub wants me to re-review even though the conversations are resolved. Oh, really? Okay, so I can basically... Okay, you approved. Okay. I see. It's weird, right? I find it weird, but it's what it is. Okay, next one. PHP parser implementation of... Yeah... So the problem here is that we don't support... okay, these are two alternatives. Okay, let's see. I've managed to make PHP parser implementation, which is needless to say much more elegant. PHP parser implementations here. If someone could perhaps benchmark both implementations, I'd be grateful. Okay, so what happened? The problem here is that we only support fully qualified class names in our doc blocks, and Tempest actually relies on some doc blocks, for example, to determine relations with model properties, and that's because PHP doesn't have generics. It's always generics. So this doesn't work. And so here are two solutions, and we'll check them out. Let's see. So we have this is in property reflector, right? Which is the right place. Use statement cache, resolve type. And so we have this method here, get iterable type, which will get the doc comment and then do some regex matching on it. And then we'll determine the type based on that. But if you have this, the regex will match this, but that's not a valid type because you don't have its fully qualified class name. So what needs to happen over here is if it contains backslashes, we'll just assume it's a fully qualified class name, which isn't entirely correct, by the way, because you can import namespaces and then type them from there. But and this is why I say doc block parsing is such a mess, and I just wanted only fully qualified class names. And Adrian is saying could be an attribute returns array class name, and this is not true, Adrian, because the reason we're doing it like this is because this way we also get autocompletion and static analysis on this array. So you could, of course, you could do it like this. Let me copy that over here. So you could define a property like this, but then you wouldn't have any static insights, and then you would end up just adding @var reviewer like this app reviewer, for example. Then you would add the doc block anyway, because you want static analysis. So if you need to write this anyway, why would you then add this? Because we can parse this. That's the reason for it. So we're resolving the short class name, declaring class. We get the declaring class, and then we do this with, we cache this. That does make sense, yeah. And we do this, what's the cache key? The declaring class name and the short name. Okay. Come on, Brand. You work at JetBrains, just make them support Tempest #returns. Yes, so that this is the our way to do it. Yes, true. But believe me, it's not as easy as just making them do it. Yeah, that's yeah. I do think this is an unfortunate case of inconsistency. I understand why, but it doesn't feel Tempesty. Yes. You know, what we could do is we could, actually the right way of doing it would be like this, right? Well, no. The best way of doing it would be this. Array or collection, I don't know. But of course, this doesn't work in PHP. So we need to work around anyway. We could do it like this. And actually this, if I'm not mistaken, is already possible. No, it's not possible. We could make it work like this. And then we could have the Tempest plugin infer this and know that the array type should be this, for example. We could make that work, but then you would need a plugin to do so. So, and the Tempest plugin is still very much work in progress. So yeah, I'm not sure. To be honest, I wouldn't mind the repetition, class naming attribute, and add var as well, just for IDE support. I'm not sure. I mind the repetition. And you would need a PHP stan rule. PHP stan indeed wouldn't understand that as well. So it's just, it adds a lot of, it's not like a good solution. The best solution would just be PHP having generics, folks. And anything else is just not really great. Repetition could be optional, like you allow it to be passed in the attribute, but if you prefer, you just infer it from add var. Yes. Ah, yeah. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, we could. And like the reason for this is that we wouldn't have to parse doc blocks, basically. It would be a pretty simple feature to add, actually. Like we could even do it on this level here, and for example, have an interface. Interface has iterable type, something like that. And have a public type reflector get iterable type get, like this. We could do it like this, and then our has many could implement has iterable type. And then return like the whatever is configured there. That could work. And then over here in get iterable type, we could easily do if this, we are in the property like, so has attribute has iterable type. If return this get attribute has iterable type. Something like this. That would work. Yeah, it would be a breaking change because we would have to change the constructor of has many, because now it just takes owner join and relation join. It wouldn't be breaking change if we do it like this. String class name. Okay, but even if we do that, which, okay, might be an interesting feature, might be, because if you were to do it then, if we were to use this part, you wouldn't have to rely on doc-block parsing, which is string parsing, which isn't, like, it does a regex match, it's not super performant, right? I'll make an issue for it. Support iterable type for has many. I'm just going to paste my Scratch file here. Just a Scratch, so that I don't forget, basically. And then fall back to doc block parsing. PHP stand and repetition are red flag. Go with doc-block for now. Conflicting opinions here. Yeah, but this is the PHP stand part. That's also important. Maybe I'll just close my issue. No, I'm gonna close it. No, I don't think. I see like no use case where you wouldn't add the doc-block, because who wants to work with these type of typed data objects basically without having auto-completions on the array? Keep your issue. Man up! Keep your issues open. I'm conflicted about this. Okay, you know what? I'll reopen it up for discussion. And I'm going to add backlog here, because I don't actually know whether we'll do it or not. Regardless of whether we do this or not, we'll have to still have the fallback for doc-block, so we still need this pull request, which is a good thing. I also noticed that my face is on top of the diff view here. You can support has iterable type for performance and keep the doc-block for IDE support. Yes, I know, but that's also not a Tempest thing to do. You know, just write one thing. Don't have like multiple configuration options there to make it all work in all cases. That's not the frame. Tempest can figure it out based on the doc-block. You know, why then should you write more? But okay, I get the argument of it being inconsistent. In this case, I think repetition is not a bad compromise. Okay, you know what? You know what we're gonna do? Poll. Add has many class name support or not? Yes. No. Start. Go ahead. And now I need to just make sure. Can I? Oh, it's always good doing a vote. Voted for no. Okay, we'll see how this evolves. Going back to the pull request then. So we have our get iterable type here. We have, yes, we do this, which isn't correct, but okay, maybe it's good enough. Otherwise, we'll do a resolve short class name from, yes, we get the declaring class, the cache key and then do resolve. I don't really like this pattern here, but okay. But get a file. And so this is the problem with imports, by the way. You don't get reflection on them. If we got reflection, it wouldn't matter, but we actually have to do get the file name, right? And this is why all this caching is required as well. We'll have to parse the use statements. And this will file get contents. This is so ugly, right? Then we'll tokenize that content. Then, and like we're already going down a huge rabbit hole. And this okay, we have some caching in between, but this is being done for every time we call iterable type, right? Well, no, we do it when there's no backslashes in the name, okay. So people who decide to use fully qualified names won't get affected by this. And so basically, I reckon this pull requests, then this version adds an actual parser for all of this. So this is just okay. This is just finding out the thing, and we need alias support, skip white space tokens, parse namespace name, blah blah blah, parse alias, parse group use, which is also a thing. Do you see how like complex all of this becomes? Get short name then, and now the complexity I don't really mind, but the file get contents while this code is running is just. That's file IO, right? That's not good. That's not a good idea. And where's this PHP token class then? PHP token. Oh, what is this? Is this PHP token? Hang on. PHP token. Is this just built into PHP? Yeah, it is. This class provides an alternative to token get all while the function returns tokens either as a single. Okay, I didn't know that was part of PHP. But still, I mean, we need to jump through a lot of hoops here. You can support, I get your point, but we do have to work around PHP's limitations, and relying on something that has poor performance is not great. No, so I don't like parsing fully qualified doc blocks, like non-fully qualified doc blocks. And then I format the file and remove the fully qualified name from doc block. Yeah. Okay, so apparently many people like it, and the poll. Let's see. We would use a collection for a DDD model of an array of emails, and PHP limitations is what would force us to use doc blocks, not our own API. Yeah, so you're talking about custom collection classes, if I'm not mistaken. One thing is telling Tempest how to build the model. The other thing is telling PHP/the IDE how to understand it. No, I get that. It's just like, you're all right. But just imagine it from the user's perspective. Like, for real, let's open a Stitcher here. I think I have some use is database model. Let's see. Yeah, this doesn't have any relations. This neither. Also no has many. Also none. Okay, maybe this is too simple an example. Hang on. Tempest database. So I already dislike that we have this, to be honest. But just imagine having to write this every time. And no, it's not this. Hang on. I'm going to show you like how stupid it is that you have to write this. Like, this is exactly the kind of thing why I started working on Tempest, because I didn't want hang on. Like this is just so stupid to me. And I'm sorry, but the doc block is required. Like that's I don't agree with anyone saying that they don't want this doc block here, that they're not going to use it. They're going to use it, because that's like the whole reason we have, that's the whole idea of the ORM. You have typed properties and you have static insight everywhere without having to rely on weird plugins or IDE helpers. That's the core of what this is about. So why would you need the repetition here? Like, and I understand that there are reasons for it, but I'm just saying, like, this is stupid. I don't want this. And yes, of course, it is a workaround because PHP doesn't have generics. I know. I know that. Doc blocks should only be for devs, not for declaring something. It's docs, not code. Well, so the current state of PHP today is that we do more with doc blocks than just documentation. That's just a fact. Everything that's doing static analysis, like with more complex typing than supported in PHP, is defined in doc blocks. That's not documentation. At least in my opinion, that's not just documentation. That's actually an integral part of the compiler, which isn't really a thing in PHP, but that's just a part of your code, in my opinion. Because I find these doc blocks, like this type information, to be that is a part of the language to me. It's unfortunate that we have to write it in doc blocks, yes, but it is the only way. So I agree that in like the ideal world, we wouldn't have to write it in doc blocks. In the ideal world, we would have generics, but we don't. So we have to work within that boundary. So yeah, if you want to help devs or any static analysis tool to help to understand the context, it's okay. But parsing it, relying on it, in my opinion, is bad. Yeah, and so Symfony had done this for years with annotations before we got attributes in PHP. And Laravel actually also did this in some places, I think. I don't remember, maybe not, but and that's just us working around the limitations of PHP. But there's like, I'm not convinced that this is better than this. No, except maybe for performance reasons. But since like we only support fully qualified class names at the moment, the performance impact is negligible. That can be ignored. It should be var chapter in this example. True. Having an attribute, this is our way to declare something. Doc blocks is just support part. No, but I disagree that static analysis is just a support part. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I don't agree with that. For me, static analysis is an integral part of the language itself. That's where the confusion lies for developers. Is it documentation or is it logic that is going to be applied? Yeah, I understand that. I know it's a workaround, but it's just blurring the lines between code and comments. Okay, so let's make the distinction then between runtime and non-runtime code. Maybe that is a better way of thinking about it. And not documentation versus code, but runtime code versus non-runtime code, static. Static analysis is just a dev process part. I don't know. Yeah, like the way I think of static analysis, that's not the case. But I'm also advocating for making PHP, like making the static analysis step required. Basically, I want PHP to ship with a built-in static analyzer, and to at least have an option to force your code to be statically analyzed before it can be run, to be compiled, basically. So I don't know if undef null is saying yeah to me or saying yeah to ilmu. Could be both. We all want PHP to have tools like Rust has. So circling back to the point that Mar made, I think, was it? No, the point that, oh, I forgot your name. I think you mentioned it in a previous stream, right? So I do appreciate people saying that this driving runtime code is weird. I can see that. Admiral Mickey, that was it. So Joris is saying this. var has many. Actually, this was, let's see. I think the very first iteration of the ORM looked like this. But that also, like, doesn't, there were some problems with that approach as well. So all of this, let's see, I do agree that static analysis is basically required, and add_var is definitely required. My point is that requiring users to use fully qualified class names is poor DX, and I'd personally rather be explicit by specifying the short class name in hashtag has many, in addition to add_var short class name. Yeah, I don't know. There is a, like, hang on, there is a short fully qualified. It's in code style somewhere, I think. PHP doc short. Ooh. Oh, now it's, hang on, let's search for it. PHP doc short. No, it's not here. It's annoying that this resets. Okay, I'll have to read through it. Hang on. I thought there was an option here to, oh yeah, use fully qualified class names here. There's a reason this is an option, right? And there's a reason we have this option in formatters as well. And let's see what else. So we have two problems, right? We don't have generics, which is always a problem. Do you like that like my one here starts at line number 2? And the other problem is we don't have reflection on use statements. So, and these two together are just like out of our control. It should start with 0. And I'm so from my point of view, like I understand that it's poor DX to not have short class names in doc blocks. That's poor DX. I agree, but that has been the case in PHP for forever, basically. That this option is available. Use fully qualified class names, and it's on by default in I don't know with Mago, but with PHP CS Fixer previously it was on by default. PHP Storm is on by default as well because of like this limitation, basically. So we're already making compromises, and then I rather just write it once instead of twice. I'd rather just write this instead of also having to add. Well, no, that's me, of course. I'd rather write this than, hang on. Then to confuse everything, let's talk about VS Code auto-completion support for now. Here's the thing. I gave Enzo a free license for PHP Storm. I told him to use it because like I feel that a big part of discussion is also driven by people not using the right tools. And I mean, Aiden, are you still here in chess? Do you remember that this was at the very start of Tempest, I think, but I was saying that I want to write a framework that works with the right tools. You know, just use a proper IDE. Don't like use a text editor. And it could not make me switch. Yeah, and then okay, but then I can say then you'll have to deal with these kinds of things and have fun. Either use the correct tools or I mean, I just don't want to add more complications. But I'll put my faith in Mago and all its future LSP. Yeah. Like, at least to me, this feels like a workaround on top of a workaround. And this feels like only one workaround, like one level deep of compromise because we don't have generics. And this is 2 level deeps to me. I don't know if I make sense. But yeah, I rather would like to use attributes declaring it straight. This is a relation A has many of. Yeah. No, yeah, I understand that people say this, but the whole ORM was kind of designed to not having to use attributes. Also, keep in mind that and this isn't entirely the case, because especially for databases, we have the has many attributes. We have has many, and we have belongs to, and that's because of or has one we have as well. This is specifically for database models, right? But keep in mind that the whole ORM of Tempest is designed to be totally independent of databases. You can map any type of data into these objects. It doesn't have to come from a database. We happen to have like a convenience layer on top of it because people models are very often stored in the database. So it makes sense to have this layer of convenience there. But yeah, I don't know. Code in attribute can be the source of truth. Maybe then doc blocks can be automatically generated and warned. Yeah, but then we're into like the IDE helper territory, which I also don't want to go into. I just want, you're already writing this doc block. We already have it. It's not popular, but it brings those attributes to Laravel Eloquent. I don't know what you mean by that. We do have attributes at the end of the day, and that is true. And so that is true. And the reason we have these attributes is specifically for database queries. You don't need these attributes if you're, mapping your data from a JSON file or an XML file or from an API endpoint. You only need these attributes for the database. And so that kind of then also brings another layer of confusion, right? Because suddenly you will have to need to use has many, even if your models aren't stored in the database. Is that PHP fart using his personal account? Okay. Could be. Xhaven, I missed almost the entire stream again. Why do you assume the stream is already ending? We're like deep into rant territory here. I was not sending a message. Okay, maybe you like that might be spam protection from YouTube. Now, circling back to all of this, let's look at the implementation with PHP parser first, because this I don't want, honestly. So we kind of do resolve short class name. Get use statements, get parse you. Okay, over here, parser factory, create newest supported version, parse, and then we have our AST. It's still pretty complex, like, right? We need to create a visitor for it, which is also what Rector does, and then we'll do some stuff here. And so this isn't easy either, right? It's a bit easier, but not really all that great. So I don't know. I'm saying we just wait for PHP to add generics, and then this whole debate is going away. We're deep into something for sure. I'm still recovering from the don't use text editor. We need generics in PHP. Yeah, so if I think all of us agree with that, right? Hang on. I've discovered this poll option. Do we need generics in PHP? Yes, no, start poll. Go over to YouTube and say yes or no. But if all of us, I assume all of us will say yes. If you're saying no, you have to write why in chat. But if we all agree that generics are the solution here. So whatever approach we take, it's always a workaround. It will always be suboptimal. It will always kind of suck, you know? And then I'd rather have it suck this way than another. But so yeah. I voted yes on YouTube. So, okay. So this means that we're in agreement. Also like the video Twitch. Thank you. Now I have to explain this to... Oh no, Haven is here, right? Oh, you're here. Okay. So Haven, Haven, right? Or Heaven? No, because Heaven is... Oh, Heaven. Is that how you write Heaven? Can I just say Mark? I'm not gonna do either of these. Like, I really appreciate, like, for the record, I really appreciate that. I'll check the link in a second, Admiral. But I really appreciate that you spent so much time on this. But, like, and yes, it's unfortunate. But I don't want to add layers upon layers of dealing with PHP's shortcomings. Let's just add generics. Hang on, I have to agree with Brent here. What? Can you please check the link in Discord chat? Let's see. This link? Yeah, it's the only link here. What does this do? Laravel lift, eloquent models on steroids. But hang on, let me first really appreciate the effort. But after thinking about it for a very long time, I decided to not merge this it's just not worth it. All the overhead. Let's just use fully qualified class names for now and hope PHP gets generics one day. One day. This is the right one, right? Yeah. Resolve class, short class names in var doc block. With the, yeah, okay. Gonna close this one as well. Closing C. For more info. I also, okay, so Heaven agrees. I mean, it fixes the original issue, but it didn't feel right even when making it happen, yeah. So I wonder if generics will happen. PHP 10 will have generics. Mark my words, yes. Maybe. It's all compromised. Okay, so I need to check the link as well in Discord. Close. But there's one more thing I had to do as well. Yeah, because the original issue actually can be solved very easily. Watch me now. This is like big brain coding here. We'll go to database.md. Yes, and then we'll go to has many. Tempest will infer a relation based on type information it gets from a public property with a reference to another class will be assumed, while a property with a doc block that defines array types is assumed to be a has many. Warning, look at this. Hello world. Tempest tests. Hang on. Tempest, new window. Run build. Oh, maybe I should pull. Git pull, of course. Run build. Oi. Build. Yes, okay. Docs database and then okay. I'm gonna fix this. Hello world. Types in doc blocks must always be fully qualified and not use short class names. And with that, that issue is solved. Oh no, it's on main. Docs update. Git. Oh, it already. In relation types in doc blocks, like this, like that, like that. Boom. This. Okay. I'll take a look at the Wendell thing. By the way, we're only at 8, yeah. Not PHP 10 yet. Hang on. I noticed something, Enzo. I don't know what the problem is, but this says 2.8, and I tried to clear the cache, and it doesn't, like, it keeps on 2.8, and same over here, like 1.9 should be 2K. I don't know what's happening there. I'll do a deploy, and you'll see what, like, you see it going wrong. Let's make a now doc. Oh, I need to look it up. Contributing, I never know. Commit descriptions, no scopes. Docs, it actually is correct docs. Fully qualified type. Oh, hang on. Let me get this right from the start. Warning about fully qualified types. No. Add warning about fully qualified in has many relations. Ready for a review? This is just the docs, so I can just merge quick before anyone notices. It was just docs, right? Yeah. So I don't know what's Tempest docs. We should rename the repository here actually, but yeah. Let's go to our actions because that should auto deploy. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Let's wait for a second here. And just make sure that it's model relations. So it should end up here, right? I vote for renaming repositories to Tempest PHP framework and yeah, maybe. How docs was created? Is it a template or not? It's written from not from scratch, but this is just like a markdown parser with some small layer on top of it. But it's not like existing documentation framework. Yeah, we'll have to wait for like another second, but after lots of back and forth, I decided that we don't want that I don't want to support non-fully qualified class names in relation doc blocks for now. I've added a warning in the docs about this. Issue solved, I would say. And here it is. So the docs up. Oh, now it is update. What? No, the homepage. Oh, huh? I'm serious. I deployed the docs website like numerous times over the past, and this. Oh, you know what happened? I know what happened. Oh. So earlier this day, I cleared the cache manually. I think that's the problem. So I went into the server, I cleared the cache, and I refreshed, and it still wasn't changing, and then I got distracted. But I didn't realize these pages are statically generated as well. So I had to clear the cache and then regenerate the pages, which is what happened now. So I think like deploy does not clear cache. Cache. Could that be the issue? And should we clear the whole cache? Cache clear. Let's see what we do. We do. That's what we do. So before static generate. So that should. But when I look at this, clearing the view cache. See, but nothing happens here. So we do the indexing, then we do vid build. We run cache clear, but it's not doing anything. I think I think that's the problem, and I think that same problem might be true for migrations actually. Tempest. See, and when you remove the force, it actually does clear the cache. And this is exactly the problem we have with migrations as well that I noticed. So I think there's something wrong with the -- force. Yeah, so, but Enzo is saying in my local environment, I could not reproduce this. And I agree, yeah, because I also cannot reproduce it in local environment. But if I were to set .env signing key, that's okay, that's not a secret. Production. See, and it fails. That's the problem. It doesn't work when environment is production. Which is why we have the forest parameter. Does this log like anything? No. Interesting, right? But this is good because I can now edit only happens when I'll do it like this. Interesting, right? I'll look into this. Not right now, but and I reckon it's broken since 2.8 because that was the last version on the docs before I manually cleared. But that's actually a pretty important issue to fix. Did you already remove it? Awesome. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Okay, so we were looking at Laravel Lift, and this will be the last thing we'll do today, actually. Lift is a package that boosts your Eloquent models in Laravel. It lets you create public properties in Eloquent models that match your table schema. This makes your models... Yeah, so this is basically the way Tempest does it, right? Is there an example? Use Lift, and then what? If just a small tip for everyone writing open source code, if you have this package, something that is super easy to do that I think improves engagement is just have above the fold a code sample of what it does. Show me what this thing does, right? And what it looks like in practice without having to, okay, so this, just put this on the front page basically, and then you're good. So yeah, cast float, but why do we need this if we have this? That's I do like the font that's being used for the. Hang on, sorry, I'm getting distracted. But go. Yeah, okay. Hang on. I'm a professional here. Oh, there was my. Okay, that was on the computed. What font is that? Yeah, okay, it's IBM Plex Mono. I figured. Is that like a free font, actually? This is so beautiful. Ooh, yeah, okay. It's free, okay, I didn't know that. Okay, but I also like my font. What docs builder would you recommend to use for open source projects? And I have no clue. Like I copied whatever I already had. And if you go to Tempest docs, you'll see that it's just a Tempest app. And what it does, let me show you in web and then documentation. It has this chapter repository. And the only thing it does is that let's see, glob over here. It globs all files, all markdown files in a specific folder, and it then parses that into a document structure, basically. It isn't more than that. With some beautiful styling created by Enzo. That is like... What is the difference between the cast int and type property? Yes, this is what I don't really understand. Why do you need this if you have this? So yeah, Was there anything particular you wanted me to look at? Relations, that was a problem. For relations. Okay, let's take a look at the relations. Yes. Relationships. Hashtag belongs to user. So, but then you don't define the property. I mean, that's weird, no? Like the whole point is to do it through properties. Also, why is it? Like some asynchronous code styling thingy going on. There were some unstyled code blocks. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see how this is how I would like to use this over just having the property there. The force bug is heaven again is caused by the caution middleware conflicting with the default false value of the confirm method. He already fixed it. Cool. Are you already working on a pull request for that, Heaven, or anyway? I'll follow up on it. But hello from Brazil. I have a question. Do you think Tempest can grow to Laravel level or higher, or is your intention with it something else? I don't like. This is a good question, but no, I don't think like. I think if Laravel 10 years ago had the intention to be where it is today, then it would have never gotten there. And I have no clue where it is going. Honestly, it's still in such a very early phase. There are still a couple of very important features that need to be added before we can actually say like, okay, this is a like fully featured, can be used in real projects, like bigger projects. And then there is the matter of the ecosystem as well. It's not just the framework, right? One of the things that gives Laravel so much value is the whole ecosystem around it, and that we also don't yet have. So I have no clue. I have no clue if we will ever get there or not. But what I do know, I started working on this when just as an experiment. And enough people joined, right? Enough people were excited about it that it was worth looking further into and investing more time into it. Like up until this point, we have, let's see, around 70 contributors, something like that. 78 people who've contributed. There are many people who want this, and some people are doing a lot of work. I'm thinking about Enzo. I'm also thinking about Haven over here, and Tragus also did like a lot of work with the installers, especially over here. Yeah, I don't know their name, but and Guillaume here as well. Sergio. I'm starting to remember these faces, and there are so many more people. Of course, I'm just cherry picking a couple here. So I don't know where. I hope at this point. I hope that it's gonna be a super usable and fun framework for real life projects. Right now, there is no chance in competing with a Symfony or Laravel because they have such a rich ecosystem, and also 10 to 20 years of like fine tuning and bug fixing their framework. So yeah, we're just not there yet. So I don't want to make any bold claims, because doing so won't get us anywhere. Let's just focus on the value we can bring and see how it grows. Does Tempest have a way to integrate composer packages, and does it work with Discovery? Yes. There is a documentation page on this. Package development. Here you go. And as long as you require Tempest Core, Discovery will just work. So that's really nice. Meanwhile, Haven just submitted this pull request. Let's see, console is forced. Generic console. This is change to the interface, right? This is break and change. Although, did we change it at some point? That the default for confirm is true? Yeah, so the other solution would have been to default true for confirm. No, yeah, I don't like it either. Okay, I'm not going to like insta-merge it. I want to give it some more thought, but yeah, this is indeed a solution that would work. I'll probably merge it, but give me a second to think about it, and give Enzo a second to change the name of the pull request. So yeah, what I'm gonna do, folks, is I'm going to wrap up here. I think, I don't know, we merged one pull request, we closed two pull requests, we closed one issue, and haven't submitted, well, we found out another issue and haven't already submitted a pull request for it. So okay, I would say productive stream, but I just feel like my voice needs some time off, basically. Tomorrow is my last day before my holiday, and as I mentioned at the start of the stream, I will be taking some time off, some proper time off. I don't want any I want to reduce my screen time as much as possible. So I will probably gone for 3 weeks, and then I will be back. Oh yeah, and we had a good discussion about generics and static analysis and the meaning of life. So so this was the last Tempest stream for a while, for a couple of weeks, and then we'll be back undoubtedly. So a few weeks gonna be boring, Heaven says. Actually, you know, I'm not gonna make any hard promises here that I'm not gonna do like full detox, but we'll see. We'll see. The good thing is when I'm back, I'll be so re-energized. And actually, I would advise you to do the same. Like take a week, maybe 2 weeks, and you'll just like feel so much more productive when you'll get back. You can watch all the streams on YouTube again. There are like quite a lot of streams already. But yeah, so that's the plan. Tomorrow I will do another live stream. It will be on Nuno's channel. Let me just quickly show that. We're going to continue last week's live stream. Nuno, oh, he's already over here. Last week we did a live stream where we discussed best practices in Laravel. And it was nice because I got to mention Tempest here and there as well, like saying, "Oh yeah, you do know with these eloquent models, you know how I would do that." But it was really fun. We're gonna do the same. Well, we're going to continue our story tomorrow. Oh, there it is already. I don't know what he did with his thumbnail, but yeah, Nuno's last stream was in Portuguese. Yeah, okay, but most of his streams are in English. I'm asking to come from how Tempest handles things from creating files to setting up routes. It feels like a lot more mature than PHP. It also follows patterns I really like, especially not forcing a fixing structure. Yeah, I mean, these are things that people say they like about Tempest. So if you want to, you can definitely use it. People are using it for real projects already. There's just so much more work to be done. And if you expect like a full and rich ecosystem like Laravel, there is some work to be done there. But I mean, everyone's welcome to help with that. So yeah, that's tomorrow's stream. Afternoon, my time at least. Hope to see you there. It's always good to have some Tempest enthusiasts in chat as well. So if you're there, don't like hesitate dropping the Tempest name here and there. You know, we're here with mostly a Laravel audience, but yeah, always fun, right? So that's for tomorrow, and then we'll see each other in January exactly, and Daphne. I wish you all a very good end of the year. Keep it safe. I don't know what you're gonna do, but yeah, just enjoy this time off, and definitely like try to take some time off. Read a book or something. I have a couple of books that you could read. You can find those on my blog if you want to. Okay. Some of you I'll see tomorrow at Nuno's indeed, and then we'll talk soon. Have a good time, folks. Bye bye.